Hello, everybody, and welcome to our market update for the first time in February 2026. It's the first. The reason I'm doing this update a little later than usual, I wanted to see how the futures open, especially the metals futures, silver, gold, etc. You can see the numbers here on the right side. As expected, a bit of a bounce. I was talking about XGD, which doesn't trade after hours. Uh, but I noticed the volume that was coming in, more buyers than sellers, and was expecting a bit of a bounce on gold. Now, if we look at a 5-minute chart, you can see when we opened here, here is there we go. It's 4 p.m. on the 30th. Where are we on the first here? So we closed the day at 49.06 on Friday. Opened the day a little bit lower here, and then we actually were up about a fifth of a percent at a high of 49.50. We had closed the day here at 49.07. So we were up slightly. Now we pulled back a little bit here as we're getting into the overnight session. Volume not really doing a whole lot. Silver, a little bit more interesting here, where we left off on the Friday at right there. Yeah, so we did start the day a bit lower. And if you've been following any of the number of videos out there talking about silver and what's happening, and everyone seems to have an idea of what's happening. This bank is short, that bank is short. You're going to see a bank failure by Monday. I don't know if any of that is going to happen, but I do think there is big money at play here that is maybe keeping a cap on silver. How strong that cap is, that's hard to say. But so far, the overall action on silver is positive if you're a long player, up about 6.5, 7% or so on silver. And this is all happening overnight trading or trading in Asia, regular hours there. I want to see what happens when we open at 9:30 in the morning. Do we sell off? And we've seen this over the last little bit. Our friend Richard was mentioning as he was in Asia that a lot of the times you'll see overnight trading and you'll see Asia pricing catch lots of bids, and then by the time we open on in the US at 9:30 Eastern time, a lot of that increase will disappear. Let's see what happens. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin in a bit. A lot of the social media talk over the weekend has been about Bitcoin, specifically about Tom Lee from Fundstrat, who had wild predictions for where Bitcoin would be at the end of 2025 and then again at the end of January last year. And we're not anywhere close to any of those targets. We're currently sitting at around 76,000 or so. Kathy Wood had come out last week when Bitcoin was trading at 88, saying we might have a floor at 80,000 on Bitcoin. It seems like we've fallen through there. We'll look at that in a moment. But let's start and go back and look at the cues where we were, and back to a daily chart here. We had drawn in this wedge earlier. We had broken out of the wedge, come right back. My stop loss level on a trade here would be at 608.74, the ATR, depending on the market action tomorrow. Let's see if we can move this a little higher. Amazon earnings coming up this week. We also have, I believe, was it Alphabet earnings? We'll look at those in a bit as well. So for me, excuse me, I continue to hold the leveraged 5x Mag 7 and 5x QQQ. These are not long intended for long-term holds. They're daily balanced or daily leverage. And of course, there is a significant risk. As I was mentioning on Friday, when silver was down about 32%, that on the LSE, there is a 3x leveraged, SLV, 3x leveraged ETP that had it been trading at that time, it's very possible that ETP could have been liquidated because it's a 3x leverage daily. So if you're down 33%, you can do the math on how far down this ETP would be. So with the recovery today, Let's see where this opens tomorrow morning. It's about 4 a.m. our time, 4:30 or so that this will start trading. So I'm curious to see where we go with this. Back to the cues. This is, you can tell, I've been saying this for the better part of about 3 weeks or so. I'm not really interested in any new positions here because I'm not sure where we're going. You can see we've got lower highs here, but then we have created higher highs here, here, and then there. And we were knocked back right at the previous all-time highs as well. So the volume down here can really nothing to get excited about. You'll see a couple of new labels on my chart, and this is something I'm planning on integrating into the Velocity version 2.0. The AGG that you see here refers to aggressive. So aggressive selling, or in the case where it's green, it's aggressive buying. You don't see a lot of those here. And that takes into account the CVD, which is the cumulative volume delta. So this is not just here's the basic volume. This is the volume where you get a delta that shows buyers versus sellers. So when you get a situation where you actually have a price drop, like we did on Friday, but the number of buyers, let me see if I can drop this down for you here, that the number of buyers actually outnumbers the volume on the buys outnumbers the volume on the sells. So this is something that I'm finding somewhat useful, and I'll add that in. A little bit more testing to do, but uh, what I would expect with a situation like this, because we're already in a bullish pattern and this sell-off, you would expect that this would have been an aggressive sell-off on the NASDAQ, but it wasn't. And you will see that on SLV when we go to that chart. I'm expecting a bit of a bounce here on the NASDAQ. And here, again, we close lower, but more buyers. We close lower, more buyers. So let's see if there is some absorption happening with buyers that are taking out some of the sellers here. Now, going over to SPY, this looks a little bit better. Just before I even contracted the chart, you can see the general trend here. And if you just eyeball it, you can see the general trend here is to the upside. We did create a new all-time high. So we actually have now established 1, 2, 3, 4 higher highs. And as far as higher lows go, 1, 2, and I believe that's a higher low as well. And that is a minor higher low. So this one I'm a little bit more optimistic on. There's the aggressive sell again, more aggressive selling that comes in there. This one a little bit more. You can see the volume spike there, and you can see the significant amount of selling that comes in there. So if I had to choose between the SPY and the NASDAQ, I would definitely choose SPY over QQQ right now for a new position, but I still would like to see that high taken out, which would be the all-time high, before I get interested. And with earnings coming up this week, government shutdown that may or may not end on Tuesday, a little bit more uncertainty is in the markets here, and I want to see how that settles. We go over to Bitcoin. So we talked about some numbers that were interesting, or people had said 80,000, I think is a limit, 78,000, I think is a limit. We're right at 77. So we closed on Saturday at 78,635, drifted a little bit lower yesterday, but you can see we actually found support. I'm going to say right at that $75,000 level. And you can see the AGG, the aggressive selling here, aggressive selling there. So it looks like we may have a floor at 75,000. So let's put our support level there. So 75 at 75,500, close enough to 75,000. So I'm going to be watching this level here. There's not really a whole lot of volume to get excited about. I wanted to show you there is an aggressive buy, which you can tell kind of fell apart on the very next bar. So I'm not using the CVD, the cumulative volume delta, as a primary indicator, but I am using it as a bit of a confirming indicator. And when I integrate that into Velocity 2.0, I'm going to be using it more for re-entries than the original entry. In this case, the original entry was way back here on the 4th of November at 102-ish, 102,000 or so. And you can see that that original entry has done quite well as we're now down to 77 in about November, December, January, about 3 months' time. So longer term trend starts here, but I'm looking for more opportunities within that longer term trend, whether it's long or short. Okay. Over to gold. And I always do this. I always pick up Gold Canada Resources instead of gold futures. So a bit lower than where we ended the day on Friday. Lots of selling there. There's an aggressive buy that actually worked out really well. But if we look at the volume, there isn't really anything for me to get excited about, except for the fact that we're already in an established trend. So I may consider adding at that point there and then taking profits along the way. So gold, I got to see it hold. It's now broken below that ATR. If we look at GLD, I suspect the picture will be very similar, and it indeed is. So now that we've broken below that ATR, I need to see a bit of a trend change to the upside here. So if we can overcome this 469, 470 level, I'll get a little bit more interested longer in long positions. In the meantime, I'm holding on to the current positions that I have. Some of them are collared, some of them are protected with puts. So when this 10% move did happen, I did feel bad for the people that got in around this area here, 497, 500 on GLD or 550, 500 on GC, and because it seems like that's when the smart money may have been selling to the people that were maybe a little bit late to the game. So for me, I like doing this with options. I like doing this with uh, protective puts. I like doing it with callers. And what would make me uncomfortable is holding just long futures contracts on it, where if silver futures are down $32, even if you had one contract, 32 times 5,000, what is that? $150,000 you would be down on that day on one silver contract. So a little too much risk for me. I like to make sure that my positions have controlled risk, or I know I can define the risk before I get into the position. Uh, Economic calendar. You probably have heard about the government shutdown. We'll see how that goes. They're expecting or hoping that it will end by Tuesday. We'll see if that actually happens. Job openings on Tuesday as well, and ADP employment report comes out on the 4th, other employment reports as well. So we've got employment reports are the topic du jour this week. Whether that has any impact on the markets, I don't. I don't think so. I think earnings, if I had to choose between which of these two items would have a greater impact, I would probably choose earnings because you've got some major earnings that do relate to AI stuff, do relate to uh, more of the tech trade. So there's Amazon there, Alphabet there, ARM Holdings there. We've got Amgen that's in the biotech space, Pfizer as well, Pepsi, PayPal, Palantir. There's a defense and AI trade. Rambus is part of the, part of the AI ecosystem as well. Microchip Technologies. Oh, we got Barrick as well. So gold. Reddit comes out. Strategy will be, I mean, I don't know what they're going to report other than their Bitcoin holdings. As of yesterday, we're actually underwater. I think they've recovered. Their average price, I think, is around 76,000 on the Bitcoin that they're holding. And I know they do come out and they say even if the price goes to $1, that's a great buying opportunity. They'll still be able to meet their obligations. I don't know enough about the accounting side of things to know whether that's the case or not, but I think if Bitcoin goes to a dollar, there are bigger problems with the whole cryptocurrency side of things. Roblox also on Thursday, ConocoPhillips as well, Uber, as I mentioned, Boston Scientific. So lots of big names still. Usually it's Apple's one of the last ones to report, but we still have a lot of big names that are coming out next week. Trade ideas. I have one that I'm looking at, and it is this one here. So we had earnings that came out. There was those AGGs, ignore those for now, but I like this volume spike. I like the support. I mentioned this on the Sunday video, last Sunday's video, is that when we find support at that 3 ATR level, so we got a bar that dips below, but then closes above, dips below, closes above, dips below, closes above at the high of the bar on a volume spike, and that volume spike is confirmed by the significant uh, buys versus sells. I like this. So tomorrow I'm going to take a look to see what the options look like here. I don't think they're that expensive on FITB. And our stop loss, my stop loss is going to be right here at 49.61. So it's about 80 cents away. It's a close below, not a move below, a close below. So if it closes below, and of course, if there's a gap, you cannot prevent that. The only thing you can do is protect yourself against it, or what I do is trade it with options instead of just shares. So my first target would be this high here at 53.50, which I believe is the all-time high. Yes. Let's just confirm. Move to a monthly. It's not actually. We have to go a little further back. 68 is the all-time high, but I'd like to see it get to 53 if the options set up properly. So let's see how the markets open tomorrow. Final look at the futures before we head out. Silver now pulling back a little bit, 5%. It was up as high as 7 and change. And gold now actually negative on the day. So lots of action in Asia and overnight trading here. Let's see how we start the day at 9:30. FITB is the one that I'm going to be looking at. Our current positions, Google and SLV and Amazon, no adjustments. Amazon, of course, with earnings coming up on Thursday. I'll make a decision on that Amazon 300 call leap before Thursday. Oh, Estee Lauder, I just noticed as well with the news with the new Fed chairman. Let's see if Estee Lauder gets a little bit of action here because of that. Okay. Our market chat comes to you 1 p.m. Eastern on the 2nd of February. That's tomorrow. We hope you can join us then. In the meantime, we always wish you profitable trading, the very best of health. We'll see you then.